Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Still very slow price action. Not really any action today, other than, Bitcoin is trending a little bit down, but hasn't broken out of this range yet that I discussed in the previous video and actually in the last few days. So we'd really like to see here to get this low finally in this wave 5 of A. We'd like to see the price break to the downside and break out of this flag pattern to the downside. It still has a little bit of space in this flag, so we might see a little bit of support down there. I'm going to zoom in a minute. First of all, for everybody who's new on the channel, what we're dealing with here is likely this, this overall ABC structure. So A wave down ideally gets one more low to get 5 waves, then a B wave up and a C wave down. This is sort of the wave 4 that we're currently tracking. Surely other interpretations are possible, but that's sort of what I'm going with at the moment with the wave 4. Yeah, I would have to change my scenario here with a break below the $35,000 level, which is the 50% retracement level. We discussed all that in the previous videos because that's really the key support below which we're likely dropping in a larger B wave correction. We're going to talk about the daily chart tomorrow. Again, I explained all that in the previous video earlier today. Now, looking at this price behavior then, there's currently no confirmation that here a low has been established. So it's important to recognize that this direct drop on Friday was not really met with aggressive buying. So we're likely still in this correction. And this immediate drop was probably an A wave or part of an A wave. A waves can be 3-wave moves or 5-wave moves. But because price action since Friday has just been corrective without any clear direction, it suggests to me that one more low is at least likely. Yeah, obviously in the alternative scenario, we already bottomed in wave A and just move already in the B wave and then come down in C, or it's a WXY, that's also possible. But that's sort of, you know, until we break out of this flag to the upside, that's all just speculative. So I can really only analyze what I see, and what we see is a direct drop, not really any strong buys, and ongoing weakness, overlapping price action. I shared with you a potential micro count in the last couple of videos here for this correction in wave 4, and I shared with you in the white count that it could be a W, X, Y, X, Z correction. That might even extend a little further, right? I mean, for example, this Y wave could sit here and it's extending like that. That's of course a possibility. There is, until we finally break to the downside, this is still something we have to consider. It would actually look a little bit better looking at the proportions. Now, in this scenario, we might get one more higher high before then coming down. We are now approaching the support level in the channel again, so might see a small reaction from here at some point in the, maybe over the coming sessions or so, to then get the price higher again in the last wave of this more complex correction. But at the same time, we can already count it complete. I shared that count with you before. So literally just waiting if the market will break down. And what do we have for breakdown points? Well, it's the ascending trend line here. It seems likely that we could get a little bit of a reaction here, but ideally we're just waiting for a move down. And if that move down happens, at least we have an A wave complete. If the move down doesn't happen and instead it breaks to the upside, breaks above the upper boundary line of the trend channel, then it's likely that this B wave, or it could also be a WXY, that this is already unfolding and that we don't get one more low. So it's literally just to track these corrections. Don't think we have a reliable trade setup here at all, not on the smaller time frame. This is just corrective. I always have to say it. In these corrections, it's more about just tracking the waves to understand when the correction could be finished. We do have, however, and that's also why I think we could get that one more low, we have quite a lot of previous low points here. I've marked them now with gray lines. All of these are going to provide probably some structural support, and ideally at least some of them are going to be tested before that B wave rally starts. Okay, maybe I'll take out that WXY. We don't really need it. It was just there for info, that it could of course also turn into a WXY, but maybe I should take it out. Just leave on here that, yep, this B wave could of course be starting already. Okay, just be aware of that. But it gives us a cleaner chart. Now, if that one more low happens, obviously we've got these previous low points that might need to be considered. They are basically in the region between 40,200 and 41,630. But really, for one more low, the ideal Fibonacci target area would be 40,887 to 39,315. So I know it's frustrating. These are the worst updates when there isn't really much to update. But let's see, at some point we'll break out and finally make some progress. The problem is it might just be further progress within an already boring wave 4 correction. Here, circle wave 4. You know. Basically, we're currently likely in a wave 4 Well, that's worst situation to be in, really. But yeah, not much more to add, so hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.